Okay, so we're back again for our last. I think I'm going to make this the last thing for week 6. I was going to do the next topic, but I think I'm going to hold it, for next time. This seems like a good amount. You tell me, maybe in your submission. Any feedback here would be greatly appreciated. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to learn about arrow functions. So there's a new way to write function, and it's basically syntax sugar. Syntax sugar is basically just taking syntax and making it look nicer, or in this case, shorter. But there are actually other benefits. Readability, I would say, is there, but it really depends on your experience, right? Sometimes people are going to see this arrow function and go, what the heck? But after you get used to using it, it's pretty easy. All right, so we have this function. By this time, you already have code you've written in this file. So, go back up to where we were writing the code you were with me. And then let's do a new line and create a new function, this time using the arrow syntax. And rather than to talk about it, let's just do it. Right, so we're going to do more math. I know, really great name, right? Okay, do more math equals, open and close parentheses, this time arrow. So equal, greater than, right? And then we'll go ahead and do that block. Okay, it is still block scoped. It is still a function, right? No different than really up here, really. Okay, except it just looks cleaner, but we're even going to make it cleaner, more clean in a minute. All right, but let's go ahead and we just grab this content from up here, right? Same we did before, right? Same, we call it the same way, no difference there. Do more math, pass, let's do new numbers, right? A and B, right, there we go. Cool. Remember, we can always do the console.log here just to output that, okay? Let's just see it run, right? Now here's our new function, right? Our new arrow function. Here's the call. It has a console log built in. Cool. Nothing really too different here. We're calling it. We're now declaring inside of that function the A equals 2, B equals 30. We're actually doing the math and then returning the result. And in this case, it is a little different. I'm actually not using or declaring that value, right? I'm just actually logging it. So it is a little different in that respect, right? So I can't use that return anywhere else now, or that result value, because I didn't declare it, but I did use it in a console.log. I didn't even think about that when I wrote it. That's funny, right? So just to be clear, if I did console log here and I did result, let's see, I don't think I have it anywhere else, do I? We're about to find out. Okay, let's just run it, right? Yeah, it's going to say nope, can't do it, can't use it before it's initialized, because we did return it, but we didn't actually capture it as a variable on the global scope. Now that's not unique to the arrow function. Sorry, it's just something I did kind of accidentally, but I guess on purpose, because there's just different ways to look at this stuff. So here's what we can do here. If we're only really doing one thing and returning it, guess what we can do? We can actually drop the curly braces. We can drop this. We can even drop this. This will look weird, but it's not. Look at that. I love that. It's just so clean. Let's just make sure it still works. Make sure I wrote it right. Right? There we go. So actually, oh, my, for some reason, oh yeah, because I have less lines. Yeah, so that's the other thing is now I have less lines. Now I've stopped at that point. Now here's where DevTools may feel not as helpful. Now, just to be clear, it's only when you have one expression that you're returning. So if you're still doing more work within the function, and in this case the arrow function, you still need to do the curly braces. But if you're only returning one thing, it's like, okay, do it, and boom, we're done. Okay, so yeah, in that sense, maybe it's not good because you don't get to see all the work happen. But in this case, once you learn, right, once you learn that arrow function can return one expression. You write some kind of expression. That's it. So play around with this, right? That's kind of what I've been saying all along, and I just want you to play around, right? So now that you've coded along with me, commit with arrow functions, and then see. I do a little more research, about arrow functions. See what else we could do with them because they're short syntax. If you're returning one line, returning one expression. Which, by the way, let me just say, this is an expression. Okay. So if returning a single expression, we can drop all this and make it very short. If we need multiple lines executed, we still use the curly braces. So, take one of your other functions you wrote before and maybe just, how about that? I think that's easier. Convert one of the functions you wrote for the previous video and convert it. Don't get rid of the other one. Convert it into an arrow function. Check that out. That'll be fun. I think I'll redo this. All right, so this is the end of week 6. Okay. Our first week together. I am curious, right? So in your submission, I would like to have you give me a little feedback. How was this week for you? Is there something you'd like me to do different? Something, did it go well? Did it not go well? Like, give me some feedback here because your feedback, your experience is important to me. I just want you to know that. So that's the other thing I'll look for. Like, I'll give you a few points here for, of course, doing the colon commit here, giving me your commit history. Remember, that's what you need. Or in fact, I'll put that in here. In addition, a few points for giving me a comment on your submission. Okay. Hope this helps, and I'll start working on week 7.